All right, Grand Rising, everyone. It's Shay Seeking or Shalonda, and we're back today with again. Y'all like my henna? I got it done at the fair. I got one on my leg too. It's like a peacock or whatever. It's cute. But anyways, so so we like to talk like his story or the story. Biblical and things, and just like kind of see how things correlate. Again, with a lot of these prophecies, about the Americas, and again, some groups already like have their versions. Again, the versions are pretty much the same, but a little different. But again, we're going to look at it from the origine standpoint here. And again, today has just been one of them days. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. It's just really been one of them days for me, like where everything was just happening unexpectedly, and it just was I don't know. Like I've been having a lot of problems with the Wi-Fi and stuff like that because of the storms, but then also because I'll be forgetting when the bills due, and yeah. So that was what it was today, even though it was off the other day because of the storm, right, and the blackout. But anyhow, so then we're going to talk about the prophecy, of the white buffalo. And I had pulled some oracle cards and was like floored with them. So I may share the cards at the end, but this is just kind of like something that I do. I don't do like oracle or tarot for people. I do it for like insight on things that are like the biblical text and stuff like that. We do that a lot. And then when it comes to if a story like a prophecy or something is trying to give me something and I want a little bit extra, then I'll pull some cards just to see where we're going with that energy. So yeah, maybe I'll pull the cards at the end. That might be fun. I don't know. It's just a different something different. So again, it says the white buffalo are sacred to many Native Americans. The Lakota and Sioux nations has passed down again, and even when I look at the story of the Sioux, and I know it's they're said to be in South Dakota, but I wonder where they were before, because again, there's something that always takes me back to Sumerian, and Sumerian energy takes me back to, again, the Carolinas and things like that. So, okay. And again, my peoples, some of them, right? So again, it says, the legend of the white buffalo, a story now approximately 2,000 years old, at many council meetings, sacred ceremonies, and through the tribe's storytellers. Okay, so again, I don't look at myself as like a storyteller, but kind of, because I mean, it's getting another insight on it, the origine insight on it, using our sensors or senses and our gifts, to interpret what it means for us, again, because we have a lot of the cultural things that, again, were in the Americas have been not lost, but, they've been in the hands of, native tribes. And again, a lot of us don't know about those stories. And so, again, I feel like this is prophetic, and it's probably like right around this time. And I didn't read all the way through it. I'm going to do it with you guys. But we'll see if we see some like biblical aspects and stuff like that. So, again, I just do this stuff, it's for fun, and really energy draws me near. So again, it's about this whole storytelling. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. Man, these glasses, they keep sliding down. I guess it's because it's kind of warm out here. But anyways, so, we'll read this and then I'll show you a couple of these cards, right? All right. So again, through the tribe storytellers, there are several variations, right? Okay, yeah. But all are meaningful and tell the same outcome. Have communication with the Creator through prayer and clear, again, and I like to call it communing, because again, prayer kind of, when I broke it down, I didn't like the taste that it left. It was more like about being prayed. So you know, when I broke it down in etymology. So anyways, clear intent for peace, harmony, and balance for all life living on the Mother Earth. So again, there was another, and I might put the link down here, right in the description. There was another little video clip that I watched about this, and I really liked the wording and things that they used in it. You know, it really was like, I don't know, it triggered something. So anyways, this is the Aboriginal Dreamtime deck, right? So again, it was somewhat, with this information and other information, was somewhat sorrowful. But then we have sorrow here, okay? You know, and I kind of, you know, you can't see, but there's like this kind of something right here, right? And then excuse my nails, y'all. We're going tomorrow. So, and then you have this ball energy here. I don't know if this is supposed to be the earth, and then how this little pearl of a bead is stuck there. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like the uterus or something, because you know, like when the baby first is forming. And then silence. So again, you know, that's that thing there, that it just feels like, you know, like some of this stuff is very sacred, especially, I don't know, I hold it kind of dear to my heart, but at the same time, you know, I want people to be able to, you know, see the story, but it's just like this energy lately, I don't know, it's just like something that's very cutting, and there's something beautiful about the story, but there's something sinister that kind of, I don't know. But again, it is what it is. And like I said, if we're dealing with something that is intellectual entities or beings, I mean, and even if we're dealing with whatever, you know, why then, you know, just like, it's hard when it comes to the silence, because it's a public story. Anybody can come read it, right? But again, you know, I felt something with this. So, but it's like, you know, that silence can be deadly sometimes. You know, it can leave people in a situation where they are vulnerable. So again, I want to be able to share this with other soul siblings, you know, that may understand. So I don't think I'm going to go too much in depth, but again, y'all know what it's going to be. So that's why I decided to put my face in the video today, so that, you know, we can kind of connect. So again, respect, like put some respect or respect on my name. So, all right. And again, you know, like I always get this energy. I don't know if it's just when it comes to me, or maybe other people feel this too, that, you know, there is some stuff that should be sacred, but then I feel like people don't want you to express, or they don't want you to share your view. Like, I mean, it might be putting you in a certain situation. So I'm trying to be really mindful of that, you know, going forward. But when it comes to something like a story like this, you know, it's like, you know, it's like, I'm at a point right now where things are what they are, right? And if we're dealing with some kind of beings, or even someone that is with any kind of monitoring energies or surveilling energies, then they already know. So why can't I then, you know, I might as well just share, right? So again, quiet and stillness. And a lot of times I sit there in this, and, you know, people are like, oh, are you okay? What's wrong? And everything like that. But it's just really just me being there. Here, here, and here. And sometimes other places. So, I mean, it's just like something that's like vibrating. So again, that quiet and stillness. And this is my place that I go for that every day. For, you know, there's this video on, you know, Instagram, that the person said, I just need about 8 or 9 hours just to get like adjusted and everything, basically, before I start my day. And I don't know, but I'm getting out of that, because again, I'm trying to step into a new way, right? All right. So again, this what made me say, I got to speak to my soul siblings, right? Especially those that are interested. Sister stories, right? So again, this is dealing with feminine energy and children. So Reminds me of my grandma. So again, I pulled this the other day too. So ancestral stories, it's almost like, you know, this is something that, again, some of us are meant to do, right? And it's funny how like their hair kind of looks like the wicks of candles. So again, spirit. That Beyonce song, Spirit, just came to mind. Oh, and so we have spirit, connection. Okay, so it's kind of like all over the place. All over the place. And that's kind of like how I've been really, you know, throughout the day. I just been like all over the place. But not, you know what I'm saying, just trying to handle things that should have been already handled, basically. Things I wasn't paying attention to and stuff like that. So, you know, we got this little planner over here. Oh, and look at, okay, y'all, I'm going to show you this planner. Again, like I'm at a point where I just feel like I was dealing with like a lot of male energy or something. And, you know, I'm trying to connect with that feminine energy, like on a note where just connecting with people that are like-minded, because it's getting to that point where it's hard, right? Especially when there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about when it comes to children and watching out for our children. So anyways, this is my little thing. My little, all right, I got this. From Michael's, I think. And I didn't like how much I had to spend on it. But, you know, I needed one. I needed something to try to get my life together. And they've been sitting here. Now, I've been writing it a little bit more than I would any other time, right? So I'm doing a little bit better than I would any other time, but I need to really just really get into it. And not even just into it, right? Into it. So, okay. So anyways, we have, I thought, okay, so we did spirit connection all over the place. Okay. Just trying to take and pull from it. And so then we have men's business. That was very interesting, and that was the part that led me to the other story that I don't think I'm going to share that here. But, okay. A lot of Osiris energy too. Not that this image reminds me of it, between this and the things that I was looking into today. So again, but I noticed that, you know, you have this large, lighter view being, and then you have this, you know, more medium tone hue being, and then you have this little chocolate drop, this little chocolate babe. So, I don't know. All right, so we're gonna finish, and then I'm gonna show y'all the other cards that we have, which are the. We'll look at it when we get there. All right. Okay, if we can like really get everything together right now. I don't even know where my box went, and that's gonna really get me a little bit upset. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. All right. So again, let's see if there's parts we need to skip. Where we can go with this. Okay. So again, I mean, it shouldn't take that long. Let's just go ahead and do it. Spiritually, among Native Americans, again, and these can be Indigenous and Aboriginal Americans as well, should be able to see their story somewhere here. It's not really common, but again, they were here. So when they say things like there was millions, right? And then it ended up being like only 600,000 or 800,000, I can't remember. By the time, you know, colonization had died down. But again, we have to remember that a lot of those people didn't die. They were just had their image changed. Or documented differently as possibly, you know, Negroes and African Americans. So again, okay, and non-native. Okay, so again, okay, so they put it here. Has been a strong force for those who believe in the power of the great spirit of God. Okay, it says it matters not what you call the creator. What matters is that you pray to give thanks for your blessings and trust the guidance. Okay, so again, there we go. There's one lesson. I mean, and I do. you know, struggle with it, right? Trusting that. Because then there is a lot of chaos and confusion, you know, and, you know, sometimes you want to misstep, right? Okay. But again, you always learn a lesson when you do, don't you? Okay. All right. So again, given to you from the world of spirit. Many truths about spirit are told and handed down from one generation to the next. All right. So again, unfortunately, that wasn't for us in our particular neighborhoods. So again, well, you know what I mean, commonly known as, you know, those type of areas. But again, everybody can learn something from the story. It's not about that anymore, right? So the legend of the white buffalo calf woman tells how the people had lost the ability to communicate with the creator. So again, there's that energy of asleep, a blinding, a binding almost, right? So even that even took me back to Genesis. Wondering, you know, like, was Eve or Lilith, you know, jaded or blinded? Like it says beguiled, but then, you know, it's like in a sense where maybe it was not even really something that she could really, you know, I'm just feeling that. I'm really feeling that. And I'm really feeling like, you know, she took the brunt on that, but I think it was like really, because, you know, even she says he beguiled me, right? And Am just said, well, the girl gave it to me, so I ate it. You know what I'm saying? What kind of stuff is that? How you gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? So again, I mean, I'm just having fun with it, you know, tonight, but okay. So again, to their ability to, with the creator sent the sacred white buffalo calf woman to teach the people how to pray with the pipe. With that pipe, 7 sacred ceremonies were given for the people to abide in order to ensure a future with harmony, peace, and balance. It says, legends say that long ago, 2 young men were out hunting when from out of nowhere came a beautiful maiden dressed in a white buckskin. So again, you know, that reminds me of Revelations, the woman in white for some reason, right? Okay. But then, you know, white also means pure. What else does it mean? Sacred? What else? Let's see. Let's just go on over here real quick, you know, while we're there. Okay. Bright, radiant, clear, fair. Okay. White, to shine. Okay. Light, brighten. Okay. But then again, it says in reference to fair hair or complexion. Morally pure. Okay. Gracious, friendly, favorable, racial sense of those races. Okay. Characteristics, light complexion is recorded from 1600s, and characteristics pertain to the white peoples from 1852. So again, it goes on and on, okay? Okay. Hold on, let's read this little thing here. This poem from 1899. The White Man's Burden from Kipling's. Take up the white man's burden, the savage wars of peace. Fill full the mouth of famine, and bide the sickness cease. And when your goal is nearest, the end of the others sought. Watch sloth and heathen folly bring all your hopes to naught. Wow. I mean, maybe we just had to use that. You know, this reminded me of also Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. I was kind of proofreading or just going through it a little bit more, just to see what we really was talking about. And see what, you know, if we're going to continue to read that in pieces, right? Aromatic color, a maximum lightness, okay? A hue owing to reflection of almost all incident light. Okay. All right. So again, all right. So you guys can look at the rest on your own. I want to hurry up and get through this because I don't want to have you all day or here all day. Okay. All right. So again, but you know, so that white buckskin, you know, what else, you know, they use the term buck for. Okay. And we did a video on like things like that a while back. One of the hunters looked upon her and recognized her as a wakan, or a sacred being, lowered his eyes. The second hunter approached her with lust in his eyes, desiring her for his woman. White buffalo calf woman beckoned the lustful warrior to her, and as he approached, a cloud of dust arose around them and caused them to be hidden from view. When the dust settled, nothing but a pile of bones lay next to her. Right? So again, it sounds like, you know, take heed. As she walked towards the respectful young hunter, she explained to him that she had merely fulfilled the other man's desire, allowing him with that brief moment to live a lifetime, die and decay. Okay. White buffalo calf woman instructed the young man to go back to the people and tell them to prepare for her arrival, to teach them of the way to pray. The young hunter obeyed. When white buffalo calf woman arrived with the sacred bundle, the prayer pipe, she taught the people of the 7 sacred ways to pray. These prayers are through ceremonies that include the sweat lodge and purification, the naming ceremony for child naming, the healing ceremony to restore health and body, mind, and spirit, and adoption ceremony for making of relatives. So again, I hate, well, I don't like to use that word. Okay. I don't know, these glasses are like, Okay. So again, adoption ceremony. So again, that sounds something like grafting in as well. For making of relatives, the marriage ceremony for uniting male and female. Almost sound like divine masculine and feminine energy, or again, a communing or communal energy. Okay. The vision quest for, here we go. Communing with the creator for direction and answer to one's life. The Sundance ceremony to pray for the well-being of all people, right? Okay. When the teachings of the sacred ways was complete, the white buffalo calf woman told the people she would again return for the sacred bundle that she left with them. Before leaving, she told them that within her were 4 ages. Okay, so again, I think it said like 400 years or 4 centuries or something there in another text. And I think I like the fact that in another text, what else did they say? Yeah, that she would, it would be prophetic that she would return, okay? So again, I feel like sometimes we're not even talking about individuals. Maybe we're just talking about energy, a certain essence, right? Okay? And that she would look back upon the people in each age, returning at the end of the 4th age. Okay? So again, it's almost 400 years, right? Okay, to restore harmony and spirituality to a troubled land. Okay, she walked a short distance. She looked back to, it sounds like some of my soul siblings out there, right? Okay, she looked back towards the people and sat down. When she arose, they were amazed to see she had become a black buffalo. Very interesting. Walking a little further, the buffalo lay down, this time arising as a yellow buffalo. The 3rd time the buffalo walked a little further. So again, this is sounding like generations, right? And I know some of us, you know, we'll see that again, there might have been dark, like some of your grandparents might have been a little bit darker, but then again, or like even if you're immediate family with your mom and dad, you, and then when you have a baby and then your children start having children and things like that. Okay. And the 3rd time the buffalo walked a little further, and this time arose as a red buffalo, walking a little further and rolled on the ground and rose one last time as a white buffalo calf, signaling the fulfillment of the white buffalo calf prophecy, the changing of the four colors of the white buffalo calf. You know, it also sounds, I'm just saying in a polite way, it sounds like, well, I don't know if it could be a polite way, but in a way, you know, people get touchy. So when it's talking about like gentrification, even in a sense, or even like how they say after the third generation, then you can wash away that, which is the, this, you know. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fulfillment of the white buffalo calf prophecy. The changing of the four colors of the white buffalo calf woman represents the four colors of man: white, yellow, red, and black. Because again, and it's so funny that they have this like this, because again, white can mean pale, right? Or and then yellow, you know, you have yellow, and then you have red, and a lot of us have those mixtures in there. A lot of us have those, you know, tones, those, or those hues, right? And it says these, and then red, and then black, and we know that bleak or black also means pale. So again, so we might look at it one way, but again, was it going back the other way, right? Again, meaning that white was like that pure essence of that autochthonous skin, earthy skin tone or hue at its purest, just flawless, right? Okay. These colors also represent the four directions, north, east. So again, the four corners is reminding me of north, east, south, and west. The sacred bundle that was left to the Lakota people is still with the people in the sacred place of the Cheyenne River Indian Reservation in South Dakota. It is kept by a man known as Keeper of the White Buffalo Calf Pipe. Arval Looking Horse. The legend of the white buffalo calf woman remains ever promising in this age of spiritual enlightenment and conscious awareness. In today's world of the confusion and war, many of us are looking for signs of peace, right? So again, we do talk about in this I Have a Dream speech where he says something about white brothers and sisters. And the way that he put it, it just made me really want to take my time on that and go a little bit deeper and see what he really was talking about. With the return of the white buffalo, it is a sign that prayers are being, heard, that the sacred pipe is being honored, that the promises of prophecy are being fulfilled. White buffalo signals at a time of abundance and plenty. So again, I think that right now we might not look at it that way, but again, when it comes to information, it's abundant and plenty. Because again, famine could be the starvation of just feeding or feasting or again consuming that which could be information as well. And again, as some of us are being masked symbolically, why? What kind of a message do you come here to deliver? All right. It says, though harsh as the world we live in may be throughout recorded history, there have been spiritual, because, you know, the rights, civil rights, I think it was also called the rights of the indigenous people or Indian. I think it was maybe indigenous people. I can't remember. Okay. But yeah. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to do that on here. Okay, so it says, though harsh as the world we live in may be throughout recorded history, there have been spiritual leaders teaching peace, hope, and balance, synergy amongst all life. That was taught by the great teachers such as Isus, Buddha, Dalai Lama, Native American leaders, again, others, right? Chief Crazy Horse, Chief Seattle, Chief Red Cloud are a few of the visionary leaders who committed their lives to bringing peace. And I'm pretty sure it was others that's not being listed here now. Let's just keep it on home here and keep it real. Okay. And some of those are you and I today. We, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So they were tangible signs of goodwill towards all men, women, and children. Okay. So again, I think, okay, I like that. See, I like little stuff like that. I like little stories like that. I mean, it's just inspirational. I would hope, you know, that's what that was. Okay. So again, we'll finish off with these cards, and these are the, hold on. Okay. Oh, y'all, it's hot. Whoo. Up in here. I'm gonna have to go back in a minute. Okay. So these are the Sacred Rebel Oracle deck. All right. And because we don't do a lot on here, you know, and there might be somebody that might come through interested, I just, you know. So again, this one is 30, the perfection of your life. Okay. All right. So again, we're on a journey. And like sometimes it can be like, even I can have half my day sitting there like, what is you trying to say? Come on, spirit, what you telling me? What I'm supposed to be looking at? Why you gotta be looking at this? You know, always, you know what I'm saying? I get in trouble with this. Why? Why? You know what I'm saying? I just ain't trying to have that kind of day today. So today I just wanted to do something fun and cute and classy with y'all. So, anyways. Matter of fact, I didn't even sleep last night. You know? And it wasn't even like a restlessness. It just was something that just had me up. Something. I think I was just doing a lot of self-reflecting as well. And a lot of just, you know, alone time with myself, talking about things with myself. You know what I'm saying? Like just really going there, you know. All right, now this one kind of got to me. Okay, the Sacred Fool. I was like, oh, hold on. Because when I went and looked at Sacred and it says 40, I don't know, that 40 stuck out to me. So again, when it, it's fake, like, no, you know what, we're going to have to, if we have to pick one word from this particular deck and these cards, look y'all, I'm sweating up. I don't even know what this is. Whew. I ain't trying to be flashing y'all and everything. But let's just pull it down. Now I feel like a church woman. You know, I don't want my business out. Okay, let's not do that. Okay, so anyways, we should be looking at the cards anyways. Okay, so Shock of the New. And I don't know why this is one of my favorite cards. Maybe because all of the stuff going on in her throat. It's almost like a message, messenger energy here. You know, and then how she's seeing differently with her eyes. And then you have like that whole like terrestrial and extraterrestrial going on with the sunflowers. And then this is more like a silver, I don't know. I was thinking Silver City, right? And then we see this white line, right? Okay. All right, y'all. Whoo. I'm going to have to go ahead and just do this because we ain't even reading them all. Okay. And they keep on sliding off my face. Okay. All right. So again, we have this card. Now, I don't know why I'm so crazy about this green. All right. But it says free from judgment and free to love. Okay. All right. Where I felt like that was all going in. Yeah. All right. So again, this is one that really stuck out to me. I pulled this one the other day, but yeah, come to life. You know, she got her little friends here. This is how I look at my chipmunks and my squirrels in my backyard, and all my doves and, you know, cardinals and stuff that stop by, right? But we also see got that checkerboard flow in the background too. So, come to life, honey. Yeah. Okay. I've been acting kind of silly today. I've been all over the place today. Okay. So again, she's swimming with the fish. And it says, in the world, but not of it, right? And then inspiration, right? And see how she's getting this, things getting lit around here. And that's what I think. But then there's always, there's already this stuff right here that has been planted and is growing. Right? And she got her head up to the clouds or up to the stars or the light. Yeah. She got them bees around her like royalty. Yeah. Okay, so anyways. All right, so that's all. That's all. I just wanted to do that. Oh, wait, what was the word, y'all, that we were supposed to look up? Oh, and then when I put the deck down, I noticed this card, and I was like, ooh, I like this. Is she on the couch? See, you know, this reminds me of the thrift store. You know, that'd be one of my favorite places to go sometime. So, but she's on this couch, like in the water, and the lilies and stuff like that, and it says, seeing the true you, that reflection. And it also remind me of what we saw on the, well, we didn't see it. I be thinking y'all be everywhere with me, but damn, do you? Okay, so let's look at what word that was I wanted to look at, because I did. Oh, I think it was the sacred fool. Okay. Okay. Look, I can't even sit out here tonight. Y'all. I usually be out here chilling, but I can't. So anyways, this whole thing about sacred is to make holy, right? Consecrate, anoint, dedicate, to make sacred, hold sacred, immortalize, set apart, okay, dedicate, all right? To sanctify. Okay, so we won't do too much here, okay? Just trying to see if there's anything that really stands out. Worthy of respect or dedication, because we did get that respect card now. Make or declared. So again, I declare. You know what I'm saying? I declare. Right? Being an American heir. Okay. Okay, often followed by two, devoted exclusively to a single use or a purpose or a person. So again, that, you know, that makes me, you know, sometimes when I see stuff like that, make me feel a little bit better about not being so, you know, wanting to move around so much. At least, yes, I do want to be more productive. Like, so I'm just really focusing on that. Right? But, you know, at the same time, being okay with stillness. Even a lot of it. A whole bunch, if you can do it, right? A whole lot of it. But again, you know, a lot of us, right, can't afford to. And too much of anything can be a good thing or a bad thing, right? So, okay, so again, but then that thing though, sacred, but then a fool though. So, and that's what made me think about like acting a fool. And like, I just can't not, you know, like it just seemed like everything I do, I just try to do it like real chill and cool and normal. And you know, it's always taken wrong. So I just, what can I do? Just be myself. Like, okay. But then again, silly, stupid, ignorant person. You know, because sometimes you gotta go ahead and take that seat real quick. Reminisce, go on, take it back. Right? So again, I thought this was very interesting though, because we talk about these terms of how they make these women, in certain times of this story, they have made women look a certain way in order to, again, confine them or to send them off into some kind of servitude. Even women that are of royal bloodlines, or there are empresses, right? That again, in kingdoms like we see in The Lion King, sometimes people want to step in or step on toes and want to cast out those. I mean, it could be the parents of those people or those individuals, but again, more than likely is usually some corrupt family member or something. You know what I'm saying? Like on the television when we see these things that tries to overthrow or take thrones as if they are the ones to choose, right? So again, a madman is an insane person. So that's what we were talking about, like about, you know, people trying to pin that on individuals in order to get a certain outcome. You know, and sometimes this had to do with also children. So this is my main thing. I don't care. Now, when it comes to children, I'm going to speak. And when I feel something, and I see something, and I think something, I'm going to speak. And I'm just saying, keep them close. Yeah, we the ones that we've been waiting for, but somebody else has been waiting for Dom. And some of these prophecies can get really, you know, deep. And I couldn't see, like, you know, leaving here, feeling that energy here and not sharing that type of protection energy around your children, especially those that know you are of those bloodlines. That you just know. Or can even show, right? Okay. So again, in the sense of windbag. So again, this is almost talking about expressing oneself or a message. But again, it's coming off as these negative things. And I noticed that energy is here. That there's an energy of, you know, people are liking to use some of these terms a little bit too much, that I think that we're putting those terms on people that are just trying to express themselves or coming into, you know, their spirituality and trying to express themselves, or even trying to, you know, extend something out there, or even ask for help or assistance in a sense, you know. You know, there's a crafty way that we have to be able to operate too, you know, where you don't come off as that person that's on here like, you know, but we're communicating with each other in different ways. So and again, a lot of this, you know, don't want you necessarily having them tapping into that. So that's what concerns me about the surrounding of your children by anyone that's not you at any time, especially with such a deadly virus. So again, we have insane here, puffed cheeks. Why? Look, y'all remember one? Okay, puffed cheeks. But we all, you know, that is a thing. That is a thing. We have very joyful, cheery faces. Like a lot of us have this here. You know, the high cheekbones, but also, you know, those cheeks. Okay? But then again, an idiot, right? So I can see where some people would be like, hey, you know, chill with some of that. So again, and that's my thing. You know, I am looking at that in that light, right? Because again, this could be that we see that she's holding that puppet kind of master kind of thing too, right? Where people may look at it as putting on a show, but really she's there. Oh, let's look at this card a little bit more. See, because we're just looking, because I just like imagery and images. You know, she's there with her legs crossed, and she's naked, and her breasts are bare, right? And she's turned away. She kind of don't even want to look, you know, at the crowd, with just that little cloth there, you know. Yeah, almost like in a desolate place. But, you know, she's still looking cute. And look like she got her head on straight, but, you know, just preoccupied with that. And like, what's that? She's looking back there like, what is that back there? What else is around here? What's going on? You know, what's going on is what she's looking like. I love these cards. Look, I just had to get these back from my daughter. And I told her bring all of the decks that she took from here. But you know what? She gonna give me just these two. Like, this is all. I know she got more. And I asked her, can I use her? But I can't let you. I can't let you take that one. And then she tried to give me one that I already got. But anyways, that's my baby. That's my biggest, but she's my baby. Okay. Okay, so again, and I saw somebody in this energy here, where I got that from what they were saying today about the way that, again, we are expressing ourselves as if it's not legit, you know. And again, I feel like, I mean, and that's what I just glimpsed, but I just think that, you know, but then that's for each its own. That's for each its own. But I think it's not right, because we are coming into a lot of this information. And we're just trying to understand. Nobody's trying to teach anybody anything here. We're just sharing our views and opinions and the way we see. And a lot of us can see on that same level. So I guess it would just be, you know, some things that we would know and know how to do, you know, that is through that kind of tie or that connection that we may not even realize, you know. But it says the word in modern English, a much stronger sense that it had at an earlier period, it has now an implication of insulting contempt, which does not in the same degree belong to any of the synonyms or to the derivative foolish. So again, you know what I'm saying? And so again, that makes us look at this whole thing when we're looking at what we're talking about in that text. When it comes to sinning, who? Sinning, what kind of sin, and who was it against? You know, are we talking about something like, you know, breaking slave codes and stuff like that? So then would that be considered a sin to who? Right? Right? Instead of like stealing and lying and things like that, that are just common things that we know better. We just know better already. So, you know, and many people wouldn't even be doing these things if things were set up properly. So again, a rascal, impious person, a jester, a court clown. So again, so I guess that's where that energy of just being quiet comes from. So again, we're practicing that. But again, I'm looking to connect with other soul siblings here. I think that that's not the crowd that have been here at one point in time. And I'm trying to, again, connect with more of feminine energies and on a real level, right? Always possible to let whether the reference is to be professional entertainer. Again, and I think that they're putting, counterfeiting mental weakness and amusing lunatic. Okay, so again, and this is something that I think people that have spent a long career studying certain things and can't understand how we're seeing the things and why we're seeing, y'all. Look, what we're seeing and how we're seeing them. They don't really understand that real nature of that divine energy, you know. And maybe it's even much harder for men to even be able to speak on the way that us women are speaking, because they would not understand, right? But again, this is what would happen. And I think with just being that sacred fool, that is that energy that they want us to look foolish instead of being inspirational, right? And assisting one another, right? They don't want that. The fool sage, whose sayings are ironical, wise is also, okay, so again, this is the energy. Yeah, this is that energy that I'm seeing amongst men. And that's of any color. They're starting to get a little bit afraid. And I'm not talking about like no real man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even go there with it. Everybody want to take what I'm saying some kind of way. I ain't talking about no real men. That's looking to support and stand for their women. Rather they're in just a companionship or any other type of relationship with them. I'm not talking about them. You know what I'm talking about. So again, to make a fool of, to cause to appear. See, now that's the difference right there. To cause to appear ridiculous is from 1620. What else was going on in 1609, 1607, 1619, 1620? Yeah. And so again, I see that gypsy energy. I see that gypsy energy amongst these Aborigines, right? Or Indians, or whatever you guys want to use. Okay. Let's see what else is here. Illusionary state of happiness. And again, because we're not trying to create a narrative, we're telling our stories. We're telling the visions that we're seeing. We're telling of communication. We're talking about telekinesis, telepathic energy. And again, it can be repetitive in a sense, because we're not trying to sell anyone on anything. We're not trying to sell a narrative or give a false perception or a perception in that way. What we're doing is just sharing our experiences amongst each other as sacred, sometimes sensual, women and men. We're sharing that. We're telling stories. We're telling these stories now for our children to pick up on those stories that they didn't even know about, that we didn't even know about, that we're being able to put our 2 cents in on them at this point in time when we're talking about the Americas. And any other plane, part of this plane or planet is what they call it. So again, an illusionary state of happiness based on ignorance or erroneous judgment. Okay, so again, I think that, again, this is a way to, what I said, make it look like something is wrong with you women. And when they can do that, and your men, is something wrong with them because they were selling something that's legal in many states, and they end up in holding cells, right? And then you end up in what type of holding cells? And those cells, again, I'm not talking about now, right? We're just saying we got to be able to look back then so we can see where we're going now. We got to be able to look at what kind of technology was being used then so we can see what may be used against us now in order to be divergent, some of these things that are going on, and that we could get through, some of these things that are, again, going on amongst men and women that we may even be partaking in, not even realizing. That's all. No, it's just, that's all. We just thinking out loud and questioning everything. Okay. Alluded as to be around in a town. Okay. So again, you guys can finish looking at that. We get what it's saying. Sinful, wicked, again, prostitute, foolish. See, and that's where that Jezebel spirit come from. They wasn't talking about these women like this. Most of these things, these women were being put in situations that must have been very uncomfortable. I think some of us can attest to some of those things now. And some of these connections can be very beautiful, right? And they can teach you a lot. But at the same time, some of these can be us being put in, we can even look at it as the underworld. So again, a lot of people don't want us talking about these things. They want to make it seem like it's wrong with us talking about this because they don't want us to be like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm feeling. Because there's no books on this. It ain't no book. You the book. You're the book. All those roads, right, that lead to heaven. So, the books are open. And we need to be able to lean on each other, right, for that type of support. And be open, because we're not all going to have the same, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, can we try these things? We could give opinions about what we can do and all these other surface level things that never change. But when we go deep and we start the healing process and grabbing our hand and extending our hands out in these circles, there's something wrong with that. Men, women, children, white, black, brown, whatever you want to call it, or us. Why do I keep... It is, I'm talking about the actual title, right? Us is the people, okay? Because again, there's not going to be a time, and this is what they don't want you to say. This is what they didn't want them that came before us. Those men, mostly, that have been exalted or raised up in society, that have come. That type of unity, it's key. That type of unity is key. Nobody's saying what to do with it. I'm just saying that type of universal energy is necessary. And especially when we're talking about children being taken out of anyone's hands. And mandate and all these words, we're not talking about rioting. We're not talking about none of that. We're not talking about causing any kind. We're just saying be vigilant. Pay attention. Everything gonna be all right. But is it? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you when we go into the text, peace, peace when it's war. I'm just saying, pay attention, regardless if it was peaceful or war. Because anything too damn peaceful may not be as peaceful as it seems. So, again, I hope you guys enjoy your evening. We got done in under an hour. So, you know, I know it was a lot of time for just this little storyline. But again, I hope everybody enjoyed it. And I hope you guys are enjoying your day. Again, I was just out here looking at the cotton candy colored clouds before I did this this little article. And I don't know. I think I'm going to get some sleep because I honestly didn't get any sleep last night. So, I may go and, you know, try to do me a little, bathing session or something and then get into bed. So again, I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.